Hey guys, welcome back to my my elbow fishy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another story time. Y'all already know how my life gets. So this finna be the story time about how I kinda did, but kinda didn't get questioned about a murder, unaliving, how I was kinda involved. Anyway, let's get into it. So this was back in February of 2020. It was right after I had my son. I had my son in January of 2020. In the story time, what story time was that? Oh, Bull who held me hostage over that Percocet. Yeah, this was him. So, all right, we're gonna have to rewind back a little bit. When I was pregnant, he was allegedly selling something to somebody, allegedly, and the girl, me and him were on FaceTime, and the girl was like, she didn't know I was on the phone. She was like, you need to leave that girl alone, bitch. She need to go find her own baby dad. Stop trying to pin her baby on you. Please keep in mind, this whole time, I look, already jumping into the thing. This whole time I knew who my son dad was. I just wasn't speaking to him. And like I said in the story time about when he held me hostage about the Percocet, he had food and food stamps, and he was really just keeping me company and feeding me. I'm not gonna lie, that's really what it was. So when I heard her say that, I felt disrespected. It might have just been my pregnant emotions, but one thing about me, when I say I'm gonna do something, I gotta stand on it. Unfortunately, so um, when I heard her say that, I was like, "Take your headphones out. Take your headphones out, so I could say something to her. Take your headphones out. Take them out now, right now." So he takes his headphones out. So I'm like, why are you talking about me? Like, I didn't know this girl. I seen her one time in passing, but that's because somebody I knew was trying to beat her the fuck up. But I didn't know her. So I'm like, why you talk about me? Like, why you speaking on me? So she was like, I didn't say nothing. I never said nothing about you. I'm like, bro, I was on the phone the whole time. You ain't know I was on the phone. He all like, I was trying to tell you chill. Not me chill, her chill. Like, oh, I was trying to tell you chill, woom woom, blah blah blah, and I'm like, why are you speaking on me? Why are you speaking on stuff you don't know? But now looking back on it, it's kind of like, what the fuck was you telling? Because his best friend was her brother. So now looking back on it, it's kind of like, what the fuck was you telling your friend that kind of got these motherfuckers thinking I'm trying to pin my baby on you or something like that? When the T is, I don't even think he can have no more kids. But that's another story for another day. But that's not ever gonna come up because that's not my business to tell. I know why, but that's not my business to tell. So, um, yeah. So I'm like, when I see you, if I ever see you, I don't care when I see you, I'ma smack the shit out you. Now keep in mind, I was 19 at the time, baby, still a hothead. Still, I'm not still a hothead now, but back then I was still a hothead. Like, I'ma smack the shit out you whenever I see you. Like, bitch, merchant, it's on site. Like, it's on site. It's up. So, um, fast forward, it was like, was I still on maternity leave? I had my son January 2nd. I'm trying to figure out if I was still on maternity leave or not. Anyway, Um, I seen her. We was parked in a car. She walked in front of the car to go to the store, and I'm like, "Yo, was that Sabrina?" That's what I'm gonna call her. I'm like, "Oh, is that Sabrina?" He like, "Yeah, that's her." And I'm like, "All right, well, I'm gonna tell you now. Like, when she walk back past, if she do walk back past, I'm gonna smack the shit out of her." So he was like, "All right, okay." Guess he thought I was bullshitting or whatever the case may be. So she walked back past. She got like, so this was the car. I'm in the passenger seat. She got to like this driver's side of the car. It was like a SUV type car. And I hopped up the car. I'm like, yo, Sabrina, like, put your snacks down, throw your shit up. Because I told you when I saw you was on site, bitch, I merched it. I'm going to smack the shit out you. So she was like, what? Bitch, I gave you a warning, bitch. Boop! Punched her right in the face. All right. I'm only telling this piece of the story because it's part of it. It's why what took place. Um. So yeah. So we fighting. We getting into it. main man, we gonna call him Sabri. Sabri finally gets out the car. He tried breaking it up. His best friend comes from somewhere. They try and break it up or whatever the case may be. All right, cool. It's broken up. Boom. So I get back in the car. My friend had just did me a quick weave, bro. That shit, that girl, I don't know what the fuck she had on her fingers, but that shit was really making my motherfucking scalp itch. Oh, it was really making my scalp itch. So I get home, bro. I'm trying to snatch this quick weave off. I'm really trying to snatch it off. So after this, she starts writing me from like fake pages like, yeah, bitch, it's on site. Next time I see you, I'm gonna whoop your ass again. And I want to fight again. I want to fight again. Pro tip, rule of thumb: if you fighting somebody and you win, who the fuck want to keep fighting? Like, one thing about me, I don't go after people like who I feel like I can beat, anything like that. I'm going, if I gotta fight you, it's gonna be off principle. And I felt like this situation, bitch, it was off principle. Like, you disrespected me. And if I said I'm gonna smack the shit out you, then I'm gonna just have to smack the shit out you. So I'm like, all right, well, we want to run it again. Guess we're gonna have to run it again. So every time after that, bro, I went to this girl house. Allegedly, I was on live. I don't have Facebook no more, but I was on Facebook Live, twerking in front of this girl doorstep on live, begging her to come outside, like begging her to come outside, begging her to come outside. Um. So yeah, fast forward to, it was like a couple days after Valentine's Day. I don't really remember how far after Valentine's Day. I kind of have brain fog given my relationship after this, so I kind of got brain fog. Brain fog. Um. So yeah, so it's like a couple days after Valentine's Day. I was at work, and she wrote me. She was like, whatchamacallit? She was like, oh yeah, come down here again, bitch. I want to fight for real this time. I'm really come outside. So I'm like, listen, Sabrina, if I come down here again and you don't come outside, bro, that's it. Like, everything we done been through, that's it. It's done. It's over with. Like, bro, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done. Like, I had a C-section. So when I fought her, I wasn't even fully healed from my C-section because, oh no, I still was on maternity leave because that day that I fought her, um, I think the baby was with his aunt. So yeah, I didn't have the baby. I didn't work that day. So I'm like, listen, if I come down here again and you don't come outside and we don't fight, like, that's it. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about it no more. Like, that's the end of it. We're done. Like, it's over. Like, I'm over it. Like, just like now I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. So she like, oh no, I'm ready to come outside. So I came down there. I write her on Messenger, nothing. Call her on Messenger, nothing. So at this point, I'm annoyed. So now this really did happen. I really did do this. Um, and I also didn't get in trouble for this. So yeah. Um, her boyfriend, the man she was seeing at the time, he had a motorcycle. So I think like a Tahitian treat, and I took the Tahitian treat and I was like beating the what is the side mirror, and I think I hit the side mirror off. I really don't remember. I think that's what the cops told me, that I hit the side mirror off, and like I did kick it over. I do remember kicking it over. So then after this, I went home and I was like, my mom was making salmon this day. I wasn't that grown yet where I was eating salmon, so I had said to Sabri, did I name him Sabri? Sabri. His name was Sabrina. Her name was Sabrina. I think so. I think so. I think so. Cause they both got S names, kinda. Yeah. So anyway, um, so yeah, I'm like, oh, can you bring me like some? Can you go to a store and buy me some chicken wings? Like, I don't want no cooked chicken wings. I want some raw chicken wings. Or if you go to the gas station, give me some gas station food. Cause like, my mom was making salmon. I don't eat salmon, and I was breastfeeding, and I needed to eat something or whatever. And I didn't get paid for my maternity leave, so I didn't have no money. Like I said, he in the held me hostage over the Percocet story. Um, he had the food stamps and the funds. So yeah. So he like, all right, I got you. So I'm in the house, and I think like 2 hours go by, maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours go by, and she writing me. She like, oh bitch, you came down here, come back, spin back. And I'm like, bro, I told you if I came down there again, you didn't come outside, I wasn't coming back again. Like that was over. I'm like, bro, no, I have my son. I'm not doing all that. Like I'm getting my son together. I'm getting it. Like I'm getting together. I'm like, bro, I'm in the house. Like you told me I don't know how to be a mom, so I'm being a mom. Like I'm doing what you told me I don't know how to do. And for this lady to tell me I don't know how to be a mom and she don't have no kids, it's fucking crazy to me. It's fucking blasphemy, especially coming from a crackhead. But yeah. So she like, well, bring your nigga and bring your baby down here, bitch. I want to fight. I'm like, bro, I'm a high head, but I'm not bringing I'm not bringing my baby to no fucking fight. Bitch, is you crazy? Bitch, is you crazy? Is you crazy? I'm not bringing my baby to no fucking fight. So I'm like, no. So I was getting like bad feelings about this. So I'm trying to call him to tell him like, listen, I don't know if you got to go back down there or anything, but go in the house. Like she talk like she not talking like how she normally talking, like when she was asking me before, like, oh, pull up on her. Like it was weird. Like I was just getting like a bad feeling about it. So um a couple hours go by and he called me. We on FaceTime, we just talking like it's just normal conversation, like it's nothing to it. He like, oh, my fault about the chicken wings and shit. Da, da, da. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he like, I'm gonna have to call you back though, and I'm like, all right, bet that's fine. Like it was not like me and him. We always played phone tag on the phone and stuff. So it was. I didn't think nothing to it. So I'm on the phone with my best friend's twin sister. So my bonus best friend, and I hear like this banging on the door, like on my front door. It's like boom, 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 and I'm like, I lived in like row homes, so I didn't know if like it was somebody coming to my neighbor house knocking on the door. So I didn't pay no mind, but then it got louder. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold on, friend, hold on, somebody knocking on the door. So I'm on the phone with her, and I go to the door, and it's niggas with shields, lights, badges, all this in my fucking face at the door. So I'm like, hello? They like, are you Ari? And I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, that's me. They like, do you know who we are? I'm like, no, I don't know who y'all are. I don't know who y'all are. So they're like, oh, we're police and detectives from, insert my city here, police department. Can we ask you a couple questions? Like, can you come down to the station with us so we can ask you a couple questions? And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, hold on, let me get my mom. And they're like, aren't you over 18? Bitch, I said, let me get my mom. I said, let me get my mom. So I go upstairs and I get my mom. I'm like, mom, like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not lying. I really don't know why. Mind you, at this point, my friend done hung up on me. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. But, yeah, she done hung up on me at this point, child. We was on FaceTime. Bitch done hung up. Um, but I go to my mom, and my mom is like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm like, listen, I've been in the house since 3 o'clock. Like I've been in the house since 3:41. I got off Walmart at 3. When I tell you that incident that happened so fast, baby, I was back in the house like 3:41 because I remember I lost my house key, and my mama was gonna keep getting me house keys made, so I lost my house key, so I had to text my sister and ask my sister and unlock the door. So that was proof that bitch since 3:41 I was in the house. So she come downstairs. So she like, what's the problem? They're like, oh man, we just want to ask your daughter a couple of questions about something that happened today. She's not in trouble, blah blah blah. We could take her down there and bring her back. My mom was like, fuck no. Well, she didn't say fuck no, but she was like, fuck no. I'm gonna take her down there. But we'll follow y'all or whatever the case may be. So it was like this long ass motherfucking line of like cops in front of us, cops behind us. We was in the middle or whatever the case may be. So my mom She was like, what did you do today? And I'm like, Mom, the girl wanted to fight again. I went down there. She wasn't down there. I messed up her boyfriend bike. And that was it. I've been in the house ever since then with you, my sister, and the baby. Like, I've been in the house. So she's like, okay, if you feel like it's a question that they ask you that you don't want to answer and it'll get yourself in trouble, ask for a lawyer. If it's a question that you feel like they're gonna ask you and you're gonna lie about it, ask for a lawyer, we gonna get you a lawyer. Like, don't answer nothing you don't feel like you should answer, or whatever the case may be, or anything like that. Oh, also, if you watch the video that I made of my uncle, this also ties into it. So it's kind of everything's like the dots are starting to connect. When I spoke about how I was talking to my mom was talking to a detective and they told her that piece of information, all the dots starting to connect. So this is that night. So I'm like, all right, Mom. So I walk in the room and it's these two detectives. They're trying to play good cop, bad cop. And I guess they thought that we finna get into it. So they're like, oh, what did you do today? And I told them, and they're like, do I know where Sabri is? I'm like, no, I talked to him like an hour and a half ago. He called me on FaceTime. And it was like, did it seem like anything was wrong with him or anything like that? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. He said, my fault for not getting your chicken wings. I said, it's okay. I found something to eat. He was like, he was going to have to call me back. And then y'all showed up to my house. So they was like, chicken wings. What chicken wings? I said, my mom was making salmon. I don't eat salmon. I asked him, could he bring me chicken wings? He said, yeah. I don't have no chicken wings, but instead I got y'all at my door. So yeah. So they found it funny that I was really upset about these chicken wings, but I'm not fucking laughing. I wanted my chicken wings. And to this day, going on 5 years later, I still feel like I'm owed some chicken wings. But yeah, so they're asking me like, oh, do I know if he sells drugs? Anything like that? Like, how does he make his money? And I'm like, the man is on disability. Like, the man is on disability. He gets a first of the month check. That's what I do know. They were like, have you ever seen him with drugs? Like anything like that? T is, it was an indictment that happened before this, allegedly, and he got skipped on the indictment allegedly from what he told me. So I guess they was trying to get like some tea on that. But baby, the man was on disability getting food stamps. Like that's what I told him. Like he was on disability getting food stamps. Like I don't. So they were like, did I know Sabrina? And I'm like, oh yeah, I fought her. They was like, why? And I told them, and they were like, oh well, could that be your Sunday? I'm like, no. I was like, I met that man when I was 8 months pregnant. That's not my son dad. They was like, how'd you meet him? And I'm like, he came in my job. Like, that's how I met him. He came in my job. Like, you know. So they're like, where is he now? Bitch, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know where he is. Y'all looking for him. I'm looking for him. I'm like, if y'all find him before I find him, because clearly something happened, bitch, tell him I want my chicken wings. Like, that's what I just kept telling them. Like, bitch, tell him I want my motherfucking chicken wings. So they're like, oh, where's your phone? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, my phone is in the house because the way that y'all was beating down my door, I feel like I just had to hurry up and get the hell about the house. So they was like, could a detective come and pick up my phone to corroborate my story and what I was saying? And I'm like, yes, because I ain't got nothing to fuck to hide. I have nothing to hide. Like, bitch, I ain't got nothing to hide. So, the next day, a detective met me at work like 6 o'clock in the morning and came to come pick up my phone or whatever the case may be. And he brought it back that day. He walked into my job. I worked at self-checkout. I worked at Walmart at the time. He walked into my job and there's a big, tall ass white man. This is also a detective that I had a conversation about with my uncle case. So yeah. I asked him could he verify what they told my mom, and he was like, what they told her about your uncle's case is true. Um, so he walks in there and he tall as shit. I'm only 5'6", so he like, you looking for an iPhone? And I'm like, you got an iPhone? He like, you looking for an iPhone? I'm like, you got an iPhone? He like, what kind of iPhone is it? I was like, it's a Red XR. He was like, here you go. So then like he wanted to talk to me a little bit further because he was like, yeah, like we went through your phone, like everything that you said it matched up, they felt like you were lying. And I'm like, can you tell me why they felt like I was lying if you able to tell me why? And he was basically like, he couldn't really say too much, but basically, Sabri was in a lot of trouble, and if he ever called me after like that, like did he call me between like I was done with them the night before and before I got to work, and I was like, no, like I haven't heard from him, and they was like, is that like him? And I'm like, no, but because y'all talk to me, like clearly something is the fuck wrong. So at this point, I didn't know what was going on yet. So they were like, the detective was like, what way could I basically? They basically wanted me to like set Sabri up, like lure Sabri out. They were like, what could I say to Sabri to have Sabri come see me? And I'm like, to be honest, I'm like, if y'all looking for him and you say he in a lot of trouble, and I ask him, why that cat sound like that? And I ask him come link me, he's not gonna link me. Like he's just not. And they're like, oh yeah, you right. And I'm like, bitch, are you the detective or am I? Like, so they were just like, oh yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Like, if you talk to him, just keep it normal. Like, don't like tip him off. Like, we don't want him doing anything to you. Like, his mind might be all over the place right now. And I'm just like, what is going on? And they're like, oh, I can't really tell. Well, he's like, oh, I can't really tell you, but just know, like, you're not in trouble. Like, your story checked out. Like, you was in the house at this time because you texted your sister. Like, you left such and such place at this time, and you never moved from your house from this time to this time until we came to your house. And I'm like, yeah. So I think like 2 days later, or maybe like that night or the next morning, baby, his face was plastered on Facebook, the news, the newspapers. Like he was wanted for murder. Like he was wanted for murder. He ended up turning himself in. He did. He's been sentenced now. I think what year is this? 2024. He comes home like 2027. Yeah, he come home 2027. He got 7 years. Yeah, he got 7 years. I think he got like 7 to 10. But because of time served, then yeah, it was like 7 to 10. Bitch, I know he come home 2027. So the reason they came to my house the way they did with the shields, the guns, the lights, and all of that, I'm gonna tell y'all the real tea, what really was supposed to transpire. So what was supposed to happen was the girl, um, her boyfriend saw that his bike was messed up, and she was supposed to lure me down there with him, but I had my baby, so then the baby was going to come. And allegedly, the boyfriend was supposed to shoot us because Sabri didn't know how to control his bitch, which were the words exactly, which is actually in the news article. If you go in the news article, it'll say that he walked down on Sabri and was like, you need to control your bitch. Um, and then allegedly Sabrina, she saw what happened. She was there allegedly. So it was Sabrina and her boyfriend. They were all there. Sabrina allegedly took her boyfriend's gun from the scene. They were shooting at each other. It's just unfortunately her boyfriend got shot and passed away. Um yeah, she took the gun, then brought it back. She took it and they realized it's two different shell casings. Where's this man gun? Then she brought it back, but she didn't get in trouble for that. She didn't get in trouble for that. And she told the detectives when they questioned her, like, oh yeah, she was down here with him and they were shooting at him and they ran off to her house. I said, bitch, this man ain't never been in my house a day in his motherfucking life. That bitch ain't even been to my front motherfucking porch, to my front stoop. I said he don't even know if I got furniture or not. Like, he don't even know if I got furniture. But yeah, that's the story about how I was almost unalived and questioned about a murder. Yeah, but after that, I'm not gonna lie, that day really made me like stop being a hothead, because it was like, damn, if I did take her up on that offer, like coming down there to fight again, and say like I had to bring the baby, or like if I said to my sister like, "Yo, come take this ride with us," da da da, you feel me? Like something like that, like me, the baby, and him could have like been seriously hurt or passed, like, or me, my sister, and him. Like, I just realized after that, like, bitch, you can't pay me to fight no more. You can't even pay me to argue. To tell you the truth. But I do want to say, after posting this story time, like people do think this like a little key, a little funny, blah blah blah. Take it as these stories that I'm posting, take them from me as lessons, okay? Like some of them, like the last story time, like okay, me trying to kick in Christopher air conditioner, okay, that was a key. But some of these stories is gonna be like a little serious, like this one. Take it from me, learn from me. Don't be hanging out with nobody that allegedly sells drugs or is involved in their lifestyle or anything like that. Don't. That is not. Even though that wasn't my man, no man that like you is gonna put you in that situation. Even at, I know I was 19 then, but at this big ass age of 24, or hell, even if I'm 30, a man that like you, will not put you in no situation like that. He just won't. I'm sorry. I'm stamping it. He just won't. Really won't put you in any type of situation. Any. So yes. Until next time, I think the video after this will be part 2 to Mayu's little podcast episode. So yeah, I love y'all and see y'all in the next one.